Hey everyone, welcome to the MatMadik cast channel. Alright, I'm finally back with some music. Sorry for the delay going back and forward yesterday in particular. Not even having my piece about 2000 mules to put up. I felt very vindicated yesterday and relieved that I was quite right about what I felt, which was that my so-called positive reading was not all it was cracked up to be, especially with the symptoms so-called leading up to it. I said I lost my sense of taste, but that was actually a side effect of taking ivermectin, so that's just one thing that you need to be aware of. And that sense of feeling a bit weird, ooh, I couldn't even have an appetite. That's also a side effect of ivermectin. People saying, "I see, that means you have COVID. Well, take the test and blah blah blah." And yes, fair enough. I mean, when you have dodgy PCR tests and those side effects mixing together, again, it's like you've been checkmated. That's what I've just been going on and on about recently, feeling like, oh man, I'm in a situation where it's a bit like when Trump is saying COVID is nothing to worry about in the first place, and people are saying, see, it's killing grandma. So you're like, oh, all right, because you're in a situation where everybody's saying, look at all the bodies going into the hospital that, Mr. What's that dude's name again? Cuomo was putting in the nursing home just to get the numbers up. When all that was going on, you're like thinking to yourself, ah, you're gonna have to play along with this, even though, of course, the people who know the truth of what's going on are gonna say, "What are you doing? You're siding with the enemy." You're like, it's a really weird hostage situation that we're in, that we have to kind of dance our way around. But just keep the faith, and we'll be through on the other side. All right, now that all out of the way, let's just look at LOZA talking about his Elon Musk theme song. After this, I'm gonna check out the Bryson Gray one. I mean, I hate to keep putting those guys right back to back, but whether they realize it or not, we are just all interested in what the patriotic movement has to add to our efforts. So egos will show up and try and rear their heads here and there, but when it comes down to it, I just want to get straight down to the bars, and let's just look at what has been put out there. There's a lot more what developments happening at this point in time when Elon Musk is reneging. Well, it's looking like he's reneging on the deal or holding back on the deal. Did he find out how many bots are on Twitter? And God, I know about bots. Having dealt with people who said that they gave me help to promote my material, but I realized that anyway, you're just dealing in bots. Forget that. Anyway, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Oh my God, what's this? Kanye dancing. Sorry, people.
Twitter, hey, now what? Twitter, why y'all bitter, bitter, mad. Take that Elon Musk, take that Elon Musk, live mad. Take that Elon Musk, take that Elon Musk, live.
Very funny the way he's doing this thing, and I just love the way LOZA understand. Again, we're gonna listen to how Bryson Gray does his Elon Musk song right after this. But in my opinion, LOZA understands how to make catchy hooks a lot more, catchy songs too. So it seems, just judging by that whole "Let's Go Brandon" thing that happened, come on, being real with you here. LOZA's "Let's Go Brandon" not only was the real deal that kicked off things in the first place, but Bryson Gray's one, don't be silly. I mean, I appreciate Bryson for his contributions to the truth movement, but no, I gotta give that to LOZA, man. But yo, listen to how what's the best LOZA's doing this intro right here. Take that, Elon Musk. It's very clever. It's like he's saying, take that, but he's really saying, no, go take that. Come on. Anyway, let's see where he's going with this.
I just might go to the dealership now and cop me a Tesla. I just might get two. Shout out to Elon and Musk. Get back to the Twitter and tell them the truth. Since I can say what I want, Megan Thee Stallion, she look like some poo. And fuck all the alphabet people. I hope the police run up on you and shoot.
Oh my God, why are you taking shots at Megan? She ain't that bad. Right, no, she ain't bad at all. Well, just because she's social justice warrior, don't mean you should start throwing shade. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, feel you want to feel about Megan, but still, I ain't gonna lie. Right, nah, sorry, man, I ain't gonna lie. Megan is not bad. Anyways, but yo, say what you want, mate, on the say what on the new and improved Twitter that seems to be on this way, or is this just some clever little trick that Elon is doing to just expose Twitter and burn it down, and then expose other big tech, platforms, big tech left brooding, like I say in my track. Is this one big Song Soo art of war thing going on right now? But anyway, I don't know why he's taking aim at Megan, but yo, buying Teslas, that's on you, mate. But flex if you want.
You can call me Stephen Curry, never miss a shot when I am at the hoop. Yeah. Shout out to the police, LOZA Alexander, always back the blue. Yeah. 2022.
Let's say something about back in the blue. Back in the blue. I back the blue, but I don't back the Democrats. This color code system. I mean, it's just one big old confusion. Back the blue. Anyway, do what you want to do with LOZA. All I gotta say is about so-called back in the blue. Sorry, first text message. Anyway, as far as back in the blue is concerned, there's one thing I've learned from this whole stuff we're doing right here is take things case by case instead of back in the blue altogether. Back true patriots who actually serve in law enforcement in the process, not just back the blue, because they do get away. They do try and get away with a bunch of nonsense. Indeed, it's not a race thing, but what am I trying to say? I think I lost my train of thought. Sorry. The back in the blue thing. It's not an angle I would push when it comes to assessing crimes case by case. Indeed, there are cases of police brutality. Like, that I remember when that I think the Hoshins covered recently. That police officer shot that man who complied with his commands recently. He was on the ground, he put his hands up, they shot him anyway. Thankfully, I think that the officer actually got charged, but there are cases where officers would just kill civilians who actually comply with their commands, and they just get fired. This is fired. As a civilian, that's the end of their life. So, anyway, I'm all about weighing things out more thoroughly now, not just having a one blanket statement. Back the blue, there is no COVID-19, stuff like that. When it comes to underlying values and principles that you have, just one thing I've learned from this whole kerfuffle recently is just be a bit more careful in making blanket generic statements. But I agree with the sentiment. It's with all that's happened with the with law and order being turned off recently, it needs to be turned back on. And back in the blue is what the doctor ordered, but don't let that be like a giant blanket statement to overlook crimes that have been committed by so-called cops. Anyway, back the Patriots, not so much back the blue. That's my thing. Anyway, we're on a tangent. Let's keep going.
We eating commies, hide their bodies like it's Blue's Clues. I'm the liv's worst nightmare. I made this whole song like 2 hours ago. It was over for your lives hours ago. Trump is the GOAT. Just wait till he come back to Twitter. It's over.
I really don't think he is coming back to Twitter, I think he really meant it when he said he's saying untruth. But I gotta say, I don't think I agree with what Elon said. Truth Social, to be honest, as much as I promoted Truth Social, I bit my tongue and I didn't say it, but it's a crap name, to be honest. Truth Social, come on, it's the elephant in the room. Truth Social, I share a truth. He's like, shut up, man. It strikes me as a red herring that Trump uses, that the Patriots are using to distract people, a bit like Frank's speech with, what's the man's name? Mike Lindell. The real thing about Frank's speech, the whole thing, the push of that was just to push out his absolute proof documentary and absolute interference documentary. And Truth Social, yes, it's an acquisition company and so on, but it's still a whack name. But hey, we're rating it for its meme-worthy value and the power that it's wielding in terms of exposing the truth. So hey, let's keep rocking with the Patriots.
Twitter, hey, now what? Twitter, why y'all bitter? So bitter. Take that Elon Musk. Take that Elon Musk. Live. Take that Elon Take that, 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 take that. Elon Musk. Take that, take that, take that, take it, take that, take that, take that, take that. Yeah.
Actually, boom, 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 boom. The build up.
Oh yeah.
Any outro?
It's looking real bad for the libs now. I need everybody to follow me on Twitter. We about to turn this shit up. My Twitter is I'm LOZA Alexander. Follow me right now. About to turn this shit up.
You know what? I think I will go and follow you there. I'm trying to maximize my reach also, and I'm being a bit slow about it. So, people, I love that piece. What do you think? Let me know what you think of Mr. Good Old LOZA right here. Oh, I didn't react to Unborn yet. Alright, after I react to Brian Stingray, I think I may get on that, or maybe I do a Tom O'Donnell piece. We'll see. Catch you next time, people. Where we go, when we go, all peace.